And the school board in Broward County, Florida, has voted to keep a mask mandate going against Governor Ron DeSantis. Now, the White House is looking into using federal COVID relief funds to help pay Florida teachers after DeSantis threatened to withhold salaries of school officials who enact the mandate. Let's bring in the chair of the Broward County School Board, Dr. Rosalyn Osgood, for more on this. Dr. Osgood, thanks so much for being here. I know you and other school officials are going against Governor DeSantis on this, even risking your salaries to keep this mask mandate in place. What went into this decision?
Well, we had a very comprehensive discussion. I have the pleasure of working with a very fabulous group of strong women, and we voted 8-1 to protect our school district, our staff, our employees, the people that we love. We've been elected by the citizenry of Broward County to protect and serve them. So we could not allow children and teachers and janitors to come into closed environments in a school on school buses and not be protected by masks when the COVID virus is running rampant in our community. Florida is now the epicenter for new COVID cases. Most of our hospitals in Broward County are filled with capacity. We're seeing children being infected with COVID like never before. So we voted to have a moral conscience, to demonstrate our commitment to the people that elected us and our commitment to human decency. You know, it's incomprehensible to think that we would have to even fight about something like this, that any public servant would want to risk human lives. And you know, when we're threatened for our salaries to be taken away, yesterday evening we received a letter from the Commissioner of Education saying that we had until Friday at 5 to respond. He was going to start withholding the salary of school board members and the superintendent. And we just decided that human lives are invaluable. It's no amount of money that we could be paid that will force us to make a decision to literally put somebody's life in a predicament where they could be killed or left with a lifelong illness. Our priority is to keep our children safe, to educate them, to provide a safe learning environment. And in the middle of a health crisis, we know that mask is one tool that we can use to protect ourselves, to keep each other healthy and safe. It is something that we have used before when our COVID positivity rates were a lot lower. We were masked up, but now all of a sudden it's a problem to use masks. Well, we're standing for our staff and our children that we love so deeply. We're standing for our community that had a massive outpour through public comments and emails that we received, phone calls and text messages, begging literally for us to protect our kids. You know, we're trying to relieve some of the trauma that our students and families have already endured because of the pandemic. We want them to come back to face-to-face learning because we know that online and virtual learning was not good for them. So we want to bring them back to a loving school environment, and we're going to do it in a way that they will be safe and they will be less at risk for the pandemic, and that's why we chose to mandate masks.
Now, have you or anyone else from the school been able to talk to the governor about this at all?
Well, that's one of the things that you oftentimes face as an elected official. Somebody in the governor's mentioned you don't get to have conversations with them directly. They don't reach out to you to try to see what your particular situation is. I would love for the governor to come to Broward County schools, to visit some of our hospitals, to talk to some of our parents so that he can feel their pain, so that he can hear their cries, so that he would have a better perspective of what we're dealing with, particularly in Broward County. I represent primarily an African-American district. And right now, 30% of the population in Broward County of African-Americans 45 and under, they make up 30% of the population, but they make up 70% of the new coronavirus cases. So I have to protect and serve the people that elect me. My heart is with these people that I live with, I work with, and I play pray with, that I worship with at my church, and I cannot bring them into an environment and literally put their lives at risk. I won't play Russian roulette with other people's lives. And I'm glad that I had 7 other colleagues that feel the same way, that we took a bold stand for people, for humanity, for safety, for education.
And Dr. Osgood, what do you say to parents who agree with the governor and they say this should be their choice, not yours?
I would say to those parents to really think beyond yourself. I would ask them not to look through the lens of parochial self-interest, but to think about all the other students. Think about the predicament it puts their child in when their child comes to school without a mask and other kids are wearing masks, afraid for their lives. Think about the potential conflict that it could cause between students. And hey, if the mask, you feel that the mask is a problem or a risk for your child, I'm sure you would, those parents would agree with me that being sick with the coronavirus is even a greater danger for their children.
All right, Broward County School Board Chair, Dr. Roslyn Osgood, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.